game. Kid pops off in pistol. We got weapons up. Simple's playing with an auto shotgun in the first gun round of the game.
I love that. The GOAT.
Whipping out the noob tube. Setting it up over here on this A site. Electronic comes out from Arch, wastes no time, fixates here on lane side, and from the top of Graveyard, instantly shuts down Alexi B. So bomb hits the dirt, they pause for a moment. Peek out from balcony, goes south for SDY. Simple still awaits them with this auto shotty, and it works, at least for the first. Electronic grabs himself a second on the round. A last bullet tap into the face of Red.
He did. But he also spent all his money. I'm sure. I mean, it's not like it didn't work.
True.
It's not like it was a bad idea. And it does just make so much money.
But now he's facing forward on that A site, right? I think playing in that one corner, I'm like, how many positions, how many times can you really rinse and repeat with an auto shotgun on this A site of Inferno? I think he plays the most obvious of spots.
Yeah,
maybe inside the balcony of apartments, but pressing into short towards Boiler, that seems like a crazy task.
He just cleared mid with his auto shotgun. Yeah, I think the only bad thing about it is this, that he's not really as useful as a B rotator. He's not really useful versus Arch if there's a split coming in. But if it's lane and he can sit on cold and he has teammates alive, it's a really strong gun. I mean, it will blast you away. So let's see what he can do.
This just seems so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, is there nobody on this team that's going to tell him, no, don't do that? He'll try to prove the doubters wrong, but at the moment, they're all going Arch. And
oh boy, it's coming.
yeah. Oh, okay. Just gets smashed back by Rez. Gets
Oh, what?
a site all cleared out. They wrap around that Arch side, nothing to slow them down over towards Moto, so Ninjas in Pajamas just straight through that A site and right to the 4-1 lead.
I didn't even realize how fast that Arch trap came in, so.
It was very slow until it wasn't.
Yeah. I guess they were anticipating some more lane pressure a little bit faster, and it never came, so. Yeah, really nice wrap there. Rest in peace to, this one's made by Ego Death. Know that.
What is made by Ego?
The skin.
You really good for, damn, I didn't know that. Out here teaching me.
Once he came into my stream when I wasn't live and donated me $500.
And you weren't live.
I wasn't live.
Why would he do that?
That's altruism, I think. No, but I knew who he was. He said, thank you for all the YouTube videos.
Damn.
He made
Late one. First bombardment of utility, it all kind of dried up. Roland gets pelted by the follow-up. And that's going to be Bit floating around towards the top of Banana. Immediately, Perfecto peels off to go join Simple. They're going to start moving players from what was predominantly lane setups into having now Simple on Arch, right? So clearly in response to what the Ninjas have been whipping at this A site in the first few rounds. Simple, in fact, playing ahead of the utility and catching S attack with a grenade in hand. So well-timed on the peek down mid for a 5v4 to Navi.
This will move them forward into an attack on the B site.
Met by Smoke with a gap.
Yeah.
50 damage nade on Perfecto.
Now, the smoke just isn't very good. I don't think this can be a one-way, of course, but yeah, it's too big of a gap for it to be a lineup. It was freestyle there from Perfecto, moves into the site. It's info, it's something, but now both CTs are here and Simple starting to make his way over as well. Let's see if he can ready that flash in time. Oh, he doesn't have one, actually.
He's trying to run over. Roland gonna get bested by Simple through the smoke. Good lineup. Alexi trades one out of the site, but they forget about Perfecto for that moment. Simple still close on that CT cross. And as the bomb gets picked back up, it's gonna be the remaining members of Navi all coming at this from CT spawn. Simple still well ahead of it. He may not have had a flash, but his teammates do arrive with utility. A couple blind shots through the stained glass. And Ninjas evacuate the bomb site. Hamp is playing inside of the little pit. Alexi, soon this smoke will fade. And They're hanging on with guns out, catching Sumdai Young as he just runs back sight. Electronic presses in, and Hampus, that's a double. Alexi gets tagged down to 70. Simple's got a health disadvantage, tries to run down this gunfight, but Alexi plays it cool. And then as Simple comes back, there's still no time. That is Ninja's 5th.
Yeah, I actually wonder if Simple dies. It's so close. Whoa, okay. Of course, he knows how far he can get. Nice kind of pre-fire there from Hampus and Pool. Should have been kind of an easy trade for Simple's teammate. I can't remember who it was. And look what Simple did right here. Got his kill through his smoke on the defense. And then I think only one player actually gets a kill in the site. So we just consistently see kind of mechanical failures coming out of...
Here for NaVi. He's got plenty of targets. Tries to go back to where he picked up Esatag on that previous round, but now it's going to be Sumdai Young to play the contact. 50 HP, peeks up. Nice clean kill versus Hampus, and nobody to stop him from grabbing it.
What?
He opts not to.
Worried about getting chased, I guess, from Boiler, but oh, the 5-7s are still going crazy.
Tearing him up inside of middle. Brolin down to 50 health in that early banana fight and loses res. So he's got everything to do. A lineup potentially. And Sumdai Young doubling back around.
Wow.
It's not even Simple's AK, but the 5-7s that prevail.
It was patience right there. I mean, some damage, but they knew the attack was coming to the A. SDY just prioritized staying alive. I guess, you know, AK does roll down the stairs a little bit, and Perfecto helps him out a ton. Wow. And again, way more active on banana at this tournament so far.
Do you like that change?
I do like it, except Bit has not been fragging that well. So you've seen it kind of bite them where it could be a cool look. I mean, I've always felt like NaVi played too passive on Inferno, but it was a weird criticism because they still won a lot of their really important matches on the map. There he is.
Good for the first two. Resident Esatag traded out. If there was only two players here, it's clear for the taking, but Electronic is that third, and they don't even suspect a damn thing. Rez, gonna get away with the plant. Well, it makes things a little more interesting, but Simple very quickly gonna clean things up. Hampus in a 1v3, tries to go into the new box. Simple disrespects the CT cross, and a third one for NaVi, but a little extra money for Ninjas. That's the, you know, repayment for those free AKs.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, they hang out at the top of banana, which I feel like NaVi actually, sorry, NiP, were not expecting entirely, and the trades are decent enough, and that's like Bit on the board, perfected.
So we'll see if they can continue to lean into it, but SDY did good things with that 5-7 from Boiler inside of apartments, now attacking it from the other side, and versus pistols, not with one. Hampus dead in an instant. Every other Ninja looking to creep into this A site. It's actually the double apartment setup. Got a second player in there, so
wow.
SDY's got the space to just play freely, and with that space, collects a second head. Rez dead.
SDY, as soon as coming into NaVi, started playing Pit, and was very academic about the way that he played his position. Everything was a lineup, every nade was lined up, every movement was based on some kind of timing. It was not very loose at all. I think it was a really good approach. I think he did well. I mean, not star player levels inside of the Pit, but decent. And I think now has started to loosen up a little bit, add some variety to his positions, be more free about taking some fights.
Smoke down. Gives access to the arch side, which opens up the A-Rap. Electronics running over, and Sumdai Young into the pit, holds it all off. So this one goes down nice and smooth. SDY up to 9 and 5, 4 anti-pistol kills. Queue him up.
Then if it's still worth it.
Right.
No $500 pistol should one shot. I'll die on that hill. Okay.
Oh, ouch! No, down to nothing. Straight crisp. But Brolin comes out into banana and trades that one back to Bit. I didn't catch how Sumdai Young got dropped to 30 health, but that'll be a bit of an edge here for the Ninjas. Still trying to vie for a little bit of banana control. Electronic doesn't want this one to go away for free, and if timing is on his end... Ooh,
that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, interesting in potentially a bad way. But it fades. He's got Perfecto with him, and Perfecto, 1 mag, 3 kills, guns down the entirety of Ninja's banana setup. Hampus left reeling in a 1v3 versus 2 players who are very low and with enough time to make this happen, but he's going to be greeted by a smoke grenade and a fully HP'd Simple on the other end.
I mean, they're definitely playing in some new ways. Like, I don't think you would ever expect Navi to do a double phase of the smoke on banana like that. I can't remember the last time I'd seen them try that.
It's kind of like a, double setup in apartments. The last round, some die young, Simple right there. They're doubling up. It's the buddy system. Last thing Hampus wanted was another smoke to land there.
Ugh, so boring.
And now, oh! Wow, he got away. That's crazy.
Doesn't know how lucky he is.
Hang out in the kitchen, fry up some eggs.
Sir Stroming.
Oh, Stroming?
Yes.
It's disgusting.
Yes. Like he can air cure the tobacco in here. I always imagine them hanging up little packets of snus.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
That way you can reuse them. I hear they taste better the second time.
Oh, yeah. So I'm running a banana, which means they don't think he's here. Oh, that's the bomb.
Oh, God.
Oh,
2 bullet burst into the side of Esatag.
He'll decide when he wants to come back and fight. We'll see.
Every other ninja just turns back like, oh, do we have to go deal with this? And honestly, a quick dink will bode well. Some Die Young looks to add himself to this flank, and that could very well catch them off guard, especially with the trajectory of the nade coming from ramp. Look. Oh, bullet!
Oh, no bullets hit there by SDY.
Yikes. And Simple, lucky to be able to cross back. He's going to stay inside of the apartments. They just sprint into that A site. Nicely done from the ninjas.
What?
To suss an opening out of this situation.
That was such a lost round, and now it's...
Bless Brolin and his Tech-9 headshot at the bottom of mid for making this even seem somewhat possible. Can't forget, of course, no armor across the board for the 3 remaining ninjas, but Alexi B has played this so sneakily. Stuck around towards mid, and if Perfecto didn't exist or had gone moto, then those 2 CTs would have a Tech-9 to the back of the dome. Res from pit, insta-execution into bit. And then that allows for Brolin to keep things tucked on sight. Time starts to become an issue, but so will that AK spray. Low HP on the remaining CTs, and the bomb is not for res. He picks off Simple, tries to peek, and just at the final second, Perfecto saves the day.
How? Oh, poor Brolin. Oof. That spray was a little messy. There was a chance there for him to get that kill kind of easily, but it didn't work out. This is ridiculous. You know, at this point of the round, 2 players are watching the banana flank, 3 players are sitting in sight, and NiP know they're being surrounded. I feel like they were lucky to get back onto the A site, but then they even had a 4v3 and still lost. He's waiting for the smoke to come up. He's been doing it no flash on top of it. Oh, they both go down.
Yeah.
Good coverage.
Nicely done here from Ninja's presence of mind to watch both sides, and now try to transition real quick into this A hit. 30 seconds to the clock. Consistency in flashbangs. Backs turn. Damage done. Hampus is low. So is Rez. Electronic tries his damnedest, but simply too many bodies. And now Perfecto has to ask himself whether he presses into this clutch.
Those were excellent flashbangs. I mean, Electronic gets 2 kills there, and he gets flashed 3 times continuously as the run-up comes in.
Would have loved to have taken a probably earlier fight than that last stand.
Yeah, so good that NiP both were aware of that smoking coming up and the threat that the peak might come into mid, because that's something they've been doing. This was a little bit new where they peak from both sides, but they made sure to watch both sides as well.
Protocols in place.
Yeah, so that's well earned. Yeah, that's such just good
really
advice.
good. Yeah,
that's just that should be on a poster
nowadays. Again, streamline a flashbang. Bit dives into it. He'll pick up Brolin, then tease flash back. Perfecto with a nade out, almost flipped as he dives back around the corner into the B site and calls for assistance. Electronic and Simple both come over, stop, and change spots. They're going to use the op to try and hold off on B, but Electronic doesn't want to leave SDY alone.
Yeah, it's been clearly uncomfortable with this kind of style of play that they've been using him in over and over again. It's like you say on paper, he's got the aim to do it. You know, he should be comfortable doing it. But, you know, in his T positions, he's a lurker. He's actually a guy who kind of slow plays rounds. He can win a lot of his fights, but maybe he's not super confident at being extremely aggressive.
A little bit of an exec over towards brackets. Keeps 3 players occupied.
Let's see how Simple deals with front side smoke, but he's ahead of it right now. He's solo, 25 seconds. They're coming B.
Missed shot.
The crouch peek.
Yeah, Alexi just didn't extend far enough into the line of sight.
Wow.
Simple recovers with the second shot. Now we're down to the 15-second mark, but Hampus's nade will finish it off, and that top orange push from Estetag opens the bomb site wide enough for the Ninjas to take their 7th. It's a contemplate of a save. Do we go? Do we go? Do we hold? They're going to silently encroach ever closer.
Yeah, you can cut off rotations, and people do have to leave the site early, so they're from far distances on CT side. You know, you might want to sit and wait, but they don't even want to lose a gun in this situation. So NiP will take a lead here. Kind of want to bring up Bit again. I think, you know, he gets a kill, but he also gets traded, and I think 1 kill that's one of the better rounds that we've seen so far from him this half. Outside of that, if you're a T side, you would love to go 1 for 1 on the banana player and then just go forward with the round. Like, look what happens after they get Perfecto back. They get him to rotate out, Simple takes his place, and he's the only one on B.
Sure, and honestly, 7 rounds on a T side of Inferno will keep you on your toes. And at the moment, keep NaVi on the edge of an economic collapse scout and what was 2 M4s, but SCY's goes down. It's going to be grabbed by Simple as he falls back. And that leaves Electronics boosted over here towards the CT spawn. So just waiting for the smoke to go down and then a peek to interrupt it. Going to have to take something spectacular from Electronic or Simple. Hell, Simple doesn't even have armor. Can't forget about that.
And NiP have not made a decision. So the stack will come after they clear out top banana. And it's very hard to get infos on T side and pick the right site without scouting. Don't know if they're going to want to do that. So there's a chance that they go back into it, but it looks like at 40 seconds, everybody here in mid will be an open site to take advantage of. So another great call here from NiP.
Yeah, Alexi. Brain pulsating tonight.
You know, no shade on NiP, but for thinking about this tournament and kind of how stacked it is, I mean, the playoffs with any potential of heroic or not G2 anymore, but heroic Liquid, NaVi, NiP, and FaZe. It's like you got to be on, because we saw what FaZe have done so far.
Yeah,
I mean they're clearly angry from the major and are continuing forward. NaVi, they're the favorites to win this match. If it's this match, in fact, if they don't even win it easily, you're going to wonder what they're going to do moving forward in playoffs. And right now, they don't look that great.
You know, this entire event is kind of like the tale of redemption, right?
Yeah.
G2s from their failure to even qualify for Rio, and NiP and FaZe both from their 0-3, NaVi for getting beat rather, you know, by Furia on their home soil. Liquid not making playoffs. It's like this whole entire group of teams is essentially about redemption.
Yes.
And well, Ninjas dropping NaVi here even on this first map, let alone the series.
Yeah.
Listen, Liquid pulled off a grand slam without a very clear opper. Ninja's gonna try and maybe take that place. But on the other end, very talented sniper in Simple. Standing inside of the fire, down to 28 HP without seeing a soul. Bit rests ahead of him. And there's no overcommitment here from the Ninjas. Again, still feeling out towards the A site with Esatag and Happus. They're going to throw down that same kind of first stage of an A fake that they have previously.
They pulled simple.
This is nothing new for Navi to deal with. And the last time, it was more of this. An eventual B hit.
Oh, another smoke. Oh, yikes. Okay. Well, they have to come through this. There's no choice.
Makes it awkward. So, utility, the name of the game right now for Navi's defense, but you also need the frags behind it. And Bit down first. But then, everybody else gets delayed. They've got 5 seconds to spare. Alexi wants to kill Perfecto, and will get there in the end, but it cost them Esatag. Bomb plant in the nick of time. And everything left for Navi in this CT half is now met by smoke on CT cross. Awkward to get this retake rolling. They've got no grenades to do it. And they've got Ninjas pressing into the boost. Oh, that is cool. Rez sees nothing. It allows for the Ninjas to just turn attention back. But Hampus, he's also worried about Banana because they don't know that it's all 3 members of Navi in from coffins. Hampus sees a second. There's that first tap. Time getting low. Peek out from Rez to close out versus Sumdai Young in simple cluck. On top of that smoke, I wouldn't advise pushing through it. But as it fades, he gets a freebie. SDY, ready for him to peek out. Oh, down he goes. Is SDY about to add his name to the ace list? Because
no way.
I'm running out of paper here.
A 6th ace?
We've had so many. And, oh no, not gonna happen. Simple out from the pit. It's a 1v1, him versus Hampus. Bomb planted in the backside of the site. And Hampus is gonna have to give up his back if he wants to stick that defuse. No kit, no...
Oh!
Taps
He did it!
Does...
Oh, no time. Wow. That was a nice shot, though.
We could pretend like he won it.
I mean, he had to defuse flick perfectly.
Yeah.
And hit that one shot, and he did it. Wow, it's a shame he didn't have a kit. That was really nicely done from Hampus. And, but still, it was really all about SDY. I mean, just destroyed the setup inside of Halls all by himself. Dualies into the 3rd kill. And if it wasn't for this amazing flash, he honestly probably would have got that 4th as well.
Ah, nice shot.
Yeah.
Mac 10, double Galil. And simple at the front of it all. His teammate's blocked off by smoke. He's got log support. And he's got Brolin already wrapped up. So the Famas hits the ground. Utility tests the waters through that smoke. And the 5-7s stay silent. Hampus already starting to move himself over towards A. Now that's where Navi are going to size things up. They opt not to go lane, but rather test arch. Smoke's fading shortly. The ominous threat of pistols on the other side of this, but that is not the case. Alexi peels back towards B. And Navi are going to find some free room to wiggle.
Yeah, very good time on this split right now. Lots of time remaining, so Alexi's just going to die right here, and it's round's already over. There's going to be the smoke to separate them, but they just sit and wait. And the CTs will sit and wait in sight. And now we'll see Navi on their T side try to perform a comeback where they're going to feel NiP out, look for some mistakes, and we're going to find out, why NiP are able to win so many big important Inferno games in their recent matches. Again, they beat Navi 16-8 last time they played. They beat Heroic recently on this map. These are 2 really big scalps. So I'm sure they still feel fine here on CT side. And I'm also curious to see how much Rez actually opts.
Okay.
There was a stat that Freya showed us after yesterday or the day before, where Rez had as many Famas kills as he did op kills. And it wasn't that I think that he was missing the op; it was that he wasn't even using it that often.
How many times can he get away with just buying the M4? Unfortunately for him and the Ninjas, there's no M4s to go around here in round 18. So looking like a nice tied game at 9 each. And obviously, Navi already pulling out the big plays. That split last round was perfect. Timing to a T.
Oh! Wouldn't take that peek with an op.
Doesn't even need a rifle. The Deagle hits. Does Ninja's magic still exist?
No.
Okay.
Just double check. Any more questions?
I'll think of another one soon.
The last bit of NiP magic was at Oakland in 2017. Rez MVP.
I was gonna say, speaking of Rez, he spent it all then. This site is stacked. When I say stacked, I mean a couple bodies here. Apartments, of course, for Ninjas to try and anchor with. They've got them all corralled. Ooh, it's dangerous. Rez, S-attack, Hampus.
Oh, what?
Yeah, with just pistols. Just pistols, sat up on top of the balcony, Rez from behind the default box. I don't even know where Hampus comes in from
It's
with
NiP
just
magic,
the USP.
baby.
No, no, no. It's all been spent.
Okay, it all starts with this kill.
What is this round?
Wow. I thought that Navi were going to end up going B in this position. There's no sight smoke whatsoever, I think, on that hit. They didn't do anything to that crossfire. Balcony player's not flashed off. Oh, wow.
Collateral. Simple down to 15 off that. Lucky to even be alive.
Well, our questions are answered. Instantly into the op. And into the impact as well.
Found a little magic powder in the couch cushions. Sprinkled it in for round 18. And all of a sudden, that that starts to push this back into the potential Ninja's blowout. Just got to get through the 3 AKs of this one. Bit trying to press in for his entry, dies out to S-tag. Balcony belonging to the Dane. And the Finn falls back just to re-aggress. They're still leaning into this A setup. No reason to move elsewhere. Little 3-2 with the A emphasis. Simple from Deagle to AK, but still problematically on 15 HP.
Yeah. I think, did Liquid also eco Navi? I mean, it's just something that just doesn't happen very often to Navi.
I think it was the other way around.
Yeah, I think so too. That was a crazy game, though.
Yeah.
That was a lot of back and forth, ridiculous rounds. This one will just be an extended save here. So Navi will wait for a better opportunity.
Which is fair.
Ninjas earn this.
Via way of op shot.
Yeah.
So there's another answer, right? How much is Rez going to be pulling it out? Well, the moment he does, it's a kill and takes down one of the world's best to 15 HP.
Yeah.
Forces his timidness to come through.
Yeah. 4B start.
Okay. What are they going to throw? Ooh, Brolin stuck. Mac 10 still able to best Perfecto. May have head armor, but also has the lesser weapons. Here comes the full gun. But Rez drops it real quick. Electronic to the dirt. Weapons to be reacquired. Alexi trying to press in. Oh, catches Simple looking the wrong way.
Nice disrespect.
Love that. Fighting fire with fire and then with smoke.
The Molly was freestyle, so it wasn't exactly deep enough. Wow.
Not bad, almost. Good intuition there from SDY. Nearly clipped Alexi for the kill. But that'll be the Ninja's in-game leader still hanging on for dear life. They can get a nade back site, that'll clear him up, but you also have to deal with Rez, who so far has found impact with the op on the CT side from B. And again, Bit peeks in, goes down, and some die young. Gonna try what he can. 40 seconds, 4 opponents, everybody coming over, and Rez makes that look easy. 3 shots, 3 frags,
Yep.
and impact in the round prior means the op for the Ninjas is online.
Hard shots, and they were fast as well. That was great protocols. It's the one flash that really dictates around here at the top of Banana. We'll see Brolin peek out just as that red flash comes out as well from CT spawn to assist him after he smokes the molly out. This is a real textbook attack and a textbook defense out of NiP with everything that went down. They were
I can smell him. And he's not wrong. S-tag is nearby. Oh, okay. Yup, it's an easy second, and Hampus comes out to help. So whatever that was meant to be, didn't work. Poor Bit just fed to the wolves.
Yeah, his job was to drop in the lane to get the info. I don't know if a missed flash came out there because the Hulk's player was not blind. Like, S-Tag sitting on balcony, he wasn't even playing anti, but nothing came for him. He had full vision that entire time.
I could hear the flashes popping.
Yeah.
S-Tag didn't give a damn. Alexi picks up Simple. Perfecto up next, and it is flawless round after flawless round out of the Ninjas.
Wow.
Navi couldn't buy an opening at the moment.
When we saw NiP play against Heroic, it was like 3 map stomps. Yeah, no.
Miss flash.
Yeah, that's not Bit's fault. He did what he was supposed to do.
Upgraded pistols, utility with him. And vying for banana control out the gate. Brolin in sight, Alexi ahead. And Navi grouping up. Incendiary doesn't force them in, but with that smoke and that flash, now those flashes are on point, but so are the individuals of the Ninjas versus Pistols. Perfecto catching one with the Deeg. That's going to leave Alexi out of the bomb site. He opts not to run through off of the first flash. Nade finds its home. Simple down to just a third of his HP. And Rez getting ambitious. We've got retake utility here lined up for the Ninjas. First, banana smoke, then it's the new box Molly. Bit forced away, holding on to that M4, but barely alive. Still at least brings one down. S-Tag waits from tree, and it's Hampus to pick up all the pieces. 1, 2, 3 in sight. 15 to the Ninjas, and 7 mapped points.
Oh, they got to be feeling good. They got a lot to be proud of. They got 9 rounds out of the first half. They lost the second pistol, and still are at 14-8. Versus one of the best teams, a potential team that could win this tournament. A chance to really shake things up here.
Also kind of an unprecedented environment. And a very poor showing from Simple, lowest rated player in that series. It just kind of felt like an anomaly, especially once we got here and he was that kind of leaps and bounds back above everybody else. Felt like we'd returned to the norm, but...
And we don't want to call the series because, again, when they played against Heroic, it was 3 map stomps. They stomped Heroic on one, then got stomped on 2 others. So we don't know if it's just going to be Inferno that works out well for them. But so far, so good here for NiP on what could be the last round.
Yeah, it is kind of one of those sickly symptoms of the Ninjas in pajamas.
Been a shutout here on CT side.
Victims of blowouts.
Utility has been great for NiP, even when they've worked the map. I mean, they've scored that simple rotation. It's one of the hardest ones to score in the whole game. A number of times.
Flash in. Blind. Bit brings it back. His 5th kill of this map, 24 rounds deep. And Hampus gets caught. The fire giving cover to Electronic, and that could be what draws Bomb back.
It could go back, yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised they're not, but they saw Lexi come forward.
Going for it.
We'll test this res up.
Again, he delivered last time, and this time, missed second shot, missed third, Perfecto extending, and now Rez starting to give him that space they need. But will they anticipate? Brolin, he comes out wide, almost able to finish off Perfecto, but it's going to have to be an S-Tag 1v2. The Ninjas older op. It's already being held by Electronic. He holds it, and sure enough, Navi will take a 9th. They are not done on Inferno just yet.
Yeah, they had to work really hard for that. I think they actually ran out of flashes by the time they had to approach the site. And surprised they didn't run it back towards A at that last moment. But
6-round dry spell for Navi. Their thirst finally quenched.
Yeah. Here, Rez just missed like
Had
3
chances.
shots, basically. Yep. Yeah, got his first one was clean. Other rounds he was doing good from that emo pillar. More damage. They're paying for this, yeah.
And there's still plenty of utility to come. Oh, but Perfecto jumps onto the logs. Probably felt like he was under a world of pressure. And so the fact he brings one with him, not half bad.
Yeah, they really made him pay for that move.
Such little HP for Simple. Lexi lays down an Incendiary to just buy more time, but the majority of Ninjas still leaning A and not moving a muscle.
Look how well Ninjas have done with their utility. They still got more.
It
They get more damage. They still have so much left. I mean, they have no mollies or nades, but they have 3 smokes. They have all these flashes as well.
Lexi just has like an endless cache of utility over here.
Got to give him credit. I mean, he's very good at making it feel like there's more utility than there is available.
Yeah, man. And he is the Grenadier. Always finds the home for those nades.
And they've even sent them back over towards the A site versus 3 and Rez. Will they walk into the scope?
A shot.
Go in his direction. Rez, no flash for him to re-peek arch. They actually turtle up.
Tucks into the bomb site. 2 players starting to wrap around, but we are at 15 seconds. Incendiary makes this awkward. Hampus goes down for free. Essa tags in pit, and this time Rez not gonna miss that first shot. Will still get cleared. Bit's got a chance to redeem this poor half, and he's got the cover to plant that bomb. Essa tag closing the gap. Khalil's back out. Headshot, and then the little bit of damage left into the AWP. But being given time, as Alexi has to silently encroach into this bomb site. We can talk about how poor it's looked from Bit, but if you can clutch out this round, then he extends the hopes of Navi here on Inferno. And Bit with 58 points of health, now pressured by Alexi. Oh, but he lands it! Up to the chest to keep this going. That's Navi, double digits.
Yeah, that's nicely done from Bit. That's 3 kills. He's really recovering that scoreline now. It's still not amazing from him, but with that clutch, keeping the team alive, we'll see if it results in this game going to overtime. We're still quite a while from even considering that as an option, but now here's a moment where I feel like Rez actually should have fought harder for Arch. I think he missed his first shot, but they had 2 players.
You cannot get close to that B site without somebody finding the perfect spot to dunk it. Simple decides not to pull the trigger. Boiler player is getting close. That's Essa tag.
More you kill damage.
Starting to float back through the apartments. Bit awaits outside. Essa tag not sure which end of the apps he wants to fight on.
Yeah.
Keeps scanning both ends.
I think he may have heard them walk away from that. A few steps there at the bottom of mid.
Yeah, Rez goes.
I don't think they're that scared about lane, so I feel like Navi are moving to B with the hopes that they've done enough inside of middle, but they really haven't. 2 ops now here on the site, 30 seconds left, and the attack will come in. So ironically, maybe this HE damage won't matter that much unless it's Brolin to get ahead of it. Oh my god, the nades have been so good from NiP.
And up close, Brolin
Look how easy that kill was.
cleans up the little that was left of Sumdai Young, and we've got 13 seconds on the clock as Navi are about to hit this. Alexi puts the flash into the little pit. I mean, they've got nowhere to go.
Yeah, they're screwed.
You have 2 seconds
They
to
can't even
spare.
plan.
They literally lost the round to time. This is over. This map is done. They run into the meat grinder, and it finishes like that. Failed spectacle of an attempt into that B site, and it's a little bit...